There they are. There they are. Just... I want them. I want them so much. I just want to, like, stroke their face. I need... Why do I have work tomorrow? This could be such an amazing fucking stream. Thank you, Miss Plum. Dab. Oh, sounds good. Sweet. Oh, I'm excited. Okay, so load. I haven't touched it. I haven't played this game. This is where we were 2. We're in chapter 2. I haven't touched it. Let's pull you down here so I can keep tabs on all the stuff. Again, I'll fuck up what my voice was for this stream, but we're gonna try. Excuse me. It's a strangely beautiful day in Lunaris, regardless of the biting cold. The sky is clear, and the cobbled streets are abuzz with the smiling faces of townsfolk strolling to the local market with empty baskets and full pockets. Is it space? Oh, it is space. Sweet. There's certainly a different vibe to the last time I walked this street. No panic, no haste. As I draw near to the center of town, I see that imposing white building. Scarlet flags sway in the wind on the roof, but as I look closer, I can see that they're tattered and dirtied. Oh, I guess I should do a recap. We're a hunter from a different town. And they brought us here because something happens in the middle of the night and they're like, you need to be in, you know, you need to be in a building, and we felt the spookiness and we ran into a building and we stayed the night there with a very hot person there as well, who I am 90% sure the second guy who showed up in that house was his boyfriend. I am 90% sure that those two are in a relationship. And then we met the general in the morning, which is August, who we're romancing. And we also met a very hot woman at the bar, but apparently, like, we took her job, so she was really mad at us, but then she realized that we're kind of cute too and was like, okay, I'll let you go because you're cute. She didn't say that, but I inferred that that's what happened. And then we met another character at the bar as well, who wasn't really liked. He wasn't a werewolf, but he had like he had animal like characteristics to him. He was attractive. Not my type, but he was attractive and he was funny. And then we went to a graveyard to see where the last body was of the murders that has been happening. And we met someone there who was apparently waiting for us. He was funny. He was a demon, right? A half demon or something? Half devil, something like that. And they were cute, but also not my type. I was pretty set on August and the hot woman, but I think I flirted with her, but I'm going for August. Like today I was like, I need that person. I need it. My body is ready. So that's where we're at. They're all hot. Just in case y'all were wondering, they're all hot. So there is no lose in this situation. Like, it's not like you have the boyish or the super sweet girly girl and like the tough girl. No. They are all step on me hot. I would say thank you to all of them hot. It's just tiny little things that are like, you know what, not my type, but I could totally understand people being into you. You know, there's types of people that you're like, I really don't see how you're into that type of person, but you do you, babe. That's not the thing here. It's tiny little things. It's like, not, for some reason, you just don't make it for me, but if you're into them, I totally get why. Like, you understand how people can be attracted to them. There's too many hot people in this game, and I love it. No problem, Tompy. Thank you. Have a good time. Oh, so that's where we're at. The twins may very well be human, but the way my stomach drops and twists as I approach the weathered wooden doors tells me I might be shocked by what I'll find inside. Twins? I don't remember where we were here. I push open the heavy doors, and the sight that I'm met with snatches the breath from my lungs. This place is huge. Its domed ceiling was seemingly once decorated with an intricate painting, but the layers have cracked and peeled over time, and nothing more than the remnants of what looks like a starry night sky cling to it. The furniture is caked with a thick layer of dust, and the pews are in disarray and covered with strange etchings that look like they've been carved into the cheap wood with a blunt nail. There's a lot to take in, but I'm not here to scour this ruin for evidence. I'm here to talk to its inhabitants. The dread that's now firmly seated in the pit of my stomach churns violently, but it's something old, something that lingers. I anticipate that I might find a lot more than I'm bargaining for if I truly desire, but I need to focus. I need to find the Woodridge twins. As if by magic, two pairs of startling bright blue eyes emerge from the shadows near the destroyed pulpit. You see what I mean? Everyone is hot. She's wearing a corset. God, I am a sucker for women in corsets. You know what? No, I'm a sucker for anybody in corsets. God damn. Oh, I don't know if this is the girl or the man. Hello, Hunter. We were expecting you. I'm gonna guess I'll make her the girl. I don't know. To say that they're unusual would be an understatement, and they're not at all what I expected. Question them immediately. Start slow. Welcome to the street. Wait, where is it? Wait a second. I can do this. Wait. Chotomate. Where's my pinned messages on Discord? There we go. Welcome to the channel where we flirt with aliens with big guns because I'm too horny not to. Live in the gutter and don't do rotations. That's where my mind went. It went to the gutter. Start slow. You know, you gotta... You don't always have to get it done quick and dirty. Sometimes you just start slow and ease into it. I offer her a small, friendly smile, however forced it may be. Word travels fast in Lunaris. I'm Hunter Babe. Because I did Reaper. Reaper's my first name, Babe is my last name. I love it. I love me. She narrows her eyes at me, suspicious for the briefest of moments, before she's smiling unnervingly again. Despite her best effort at apparently trying to be cute, it's still terrifying. I'm Aurora, and this is my dear brother, Armoros. I can probably pitch her a little higher. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Hunter Babe. I nod politely, not quite sure which of them I should be focusing my attention on. Armoros doesn't appear to enjoy talking, or maybe he's simply not permitted to. His overbearing sister is clearly the leader of the two. Address Aurora, address Armoros. And even if I address Armoros, I feel like Aurora would step in, but Armoros might talk more. But Aurora's hot. I study her steeled gaze, and she seems completely at ease. Aurora, can you tell me what you do here? Armoros looks relieved that I didn't focus my attention on him, his once stiff shoulders sagging. Aurora clears her throat, a delicate hand covering her mouth as she does so. Well, what exactly would you like to know? Yeah, right there. What is Ayabek? What do you know about the murders? What do you know about the murders? I'm sure you're very aware of the recent murders in the area. Can you tell me anything that may be of use to my investigation? Aurora steals her gaze, unblinking, her fingers clasped tightly in front of her. We saw nothing, and we have an alibi. I looked at Armoros, startled that he actually spoke. Whoa, I didn't read that right. I thought it was Aurora. My bad, wrong voice. Sorry, Armoros. But it's funny that you stepped in. His voice is strangely soft and comforting. Okay, so soft. Regardless, his words sound practiced and rehearsed. He looks nervous, like he'd rather be anywhere else but here, and his eyes keep darting to the door behind me. Am I gonna get jumped? Nothing at all. You're stationed right beside the graveyard where the last hunter's body was discovered. You're telling me you didn't hear a thing. He was brutally murdered, set alight, and burned to ash, and yet he didn't scream or call for help. Aurora's lip curls at the corner, her eyes turning dark. My brother speaks the truth, Hunter Babe. Question us all you like, but we've been through this with your insufferable predecessor. Excuse me. Just like Harry said, they apparently have an ironclad alibi, but my suspicion does not waver. I nod once, noticing Armoros' gaze burning into me, and though I cannot gauge how he's feeling, my gut tells me he has something to say. Something he wouldn't dare to with his sister by his side. Like he's scared. So what is Ayabek? I clear my throat, trying not to be distracted by their unnatural stillness. They're vampires, aren't they? They have to be vampires. Can you explain to me what you do and why? They share a look, and Armoros nods once under his sister's ice-cold gaze. Our purpose is simple. We spread the word of the night, of those that are oppressed and murdered in cold blood. And who exactly are the oppressed? She giggles, the sound musical but edging on maniacal. The creatures, of course. I look at Armoros, and he drops his gaze, color sweeping across his pale cheeks. Is my answer not satisfying, Hunter Babe? Surely you know that the institution that you serve brings harm to innocents. That the creatures that you kill are nothing more than confused and lost, merely looking for salvation. I pause, carefully contemplating my response. My adult life has consisted of seeing bloodthirsty creatures trying to mindlessly murder innocent people, and in turn trying to kill me as I protect them. I see no desire for salvation in that. I appreciate that there are creatures who don't intend to harm anyone, even some that are kinder than most humans. But, I smile again and take a deep breath. But I cannot bring myself to understand how you can so blindly support the slaughter of your own people. Armoros frowns deeply, and I swear I see him shaking his head at me, but it's just subtle enough for his sister not to notice. Because humans are inferior and pathetic. We infest and corrupt the earth by dedicating our time and resources to ridding it of the only things that give our wretched species any hope. She inhales sharply, calming herself and brushing her hands over the front of her skirt. So, Hunter babe, to answer your question, we are here to protect the creatures, just as you are here to destroy them. I'm starting to feel like Harry sent me here just to unnerve me. Surely he knew this was what I would be faced with. I still have little to nothing to work with here, and as the twins continue to stare me down, I think about his parting words. Suspect everyone. Question everything. You truly have nothing else to say regarding the situation. Aurora stands firm, her lips curling into that wolfish grin once more. Not a thing. It was ever so wonderful to make your acquaintance, though. Truly. And then her face just went, nope. Do stop by again. Our doors are open to everyone. We're more than happy to accommodate you, should your agency need to question us for a third time. Armoros gives me a look again, and I wonder if it would be possible to somehow get him alone. I have a feeling I'd get a lot more out of him than I have from her. Thank you, Aurora. Armoros. Ooh. On my way out, I see a small, neatly wrapped package sitting on the doorstep. I bend down to check the label, and written on it in an elegant script are the words, Zes Hewa, and Armoros's name paired with a small heart. Who's flirting with Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, someone flirting with Armoros? Is Armoros like? I thought I was the protagonist. Armoros, are you all? Is Armoros also going out for all the hot people? I mean, I'm all for it, like, you know, hooking people up. Like, that's cool. I may not know what it means, but I know demonic language when I see one. Is the half-demon flirting with the... I ship it! I ship it! I ship it! Oh man, if it's not, well, it has a heart. I'm gonna, you know what, sorry. I still ship it. Just as I suspected, there might be a lot more to Armorous Woodridge than meets the eye. I walk through the center of town for a while, getting to know the buildings and watching the people that pass me by. Lunaris turns into a quiet, nervous town when the sun begins to set, and I wonder if it's only recently lost its warmth. I consider heading for the graveyard, something tugging at me and telling me that there's more there for me to find, but... Hey! Alcar! Alcar was the one, again, the hot guy from the bar. Alcar suddenly appears from between the crooked houses, sending two children that were playing in the street scattering.
What the hell have you been doing in that damned church? Are you feeding into their bullshit already?
Look, dude, I'm a hunter. I gotta go check things out. Blink twice if you need help, Armoros. What's up, Hydranel? He pauses, huffing a sharp breath through his nose.
I thought you'd be different. Just like everyone said you would be. How stupid of me to want to believe them.
Bitch, you don't know me. You don't know me. What the fuck?
This certainly isn't the first time I've been caught off guard by an angry Lycan. Lycan? I can't remember. Lycan? I think it's Lycan now. But it's safe to say that I don't need to fear for my life here. Maybe. He does look pretty pissed. It's not what you think, Alcar. I was just questioning them. He scoffs, rolling his eyes. His hands are shaking, but he balls them into fists when he catches me looking. Is that so? And why should I believe you? I don't even know you. So why are you judging me? That goes two ways, buddy! No, you don't. Which is why you should consider giving me the benefit of the doubt. I'm just trying to do my job. Do you suggest I just ignore the very obvious cult in the middle of town? His wolf ears flicker back and forth, and he unclenches his fists. You are just questioning them. I nod. Yes, I was hardly agreeing with them in their hatred for, well, me. He rolls his eyes at me, standing his ground. Something has me curious, and I can't resist asking. They want to protect you from the likes of me, so why do you despise them so much?
Because they couldn't care less about those of us that don't enjoy killing humans mindlessly. Because we're not real creatures if we stay out of trouble and befriend humans or each other.
That's interesting. So, if you dare to act even remotely human, you're the enemy too? He smirks, brows raised.
Aha. Now you're getting it.
I'm kind of smart. Alcar is apparently defensive to a fault, but I sense that under the surface, he's probably just scared. Maybe even a little lonely. It must be hard to be feared like that when you've done nothing wrong. At least I don't think he has. He is kind of a bastard. Do you have friends here? Were you following me? I feel like follow as if it doesn't come off as rude. Were you following me? I know I have a cute butt. Were you following me? Alcar, were you following me? He bristles, frowning deeply. You can't win them all, okay? Don't flatter yourself. I can just smell the twins a mile away.
I'd just like to keep an eye on things. Especially them. And especially strange new hunters who appear out of nowhere. Then proceed to hang out with those creeps.
I'm gonna see if my mic will still pick me up because it's really hard to read when it's like right on top of the gameplay, like in my eyesight. So we'll see if this still picks me up pretty good. Well, cross my heart and hope to die. My visit was innocent.
I would be careful making that statement here. Someone might take you up on it.
Fair enough. I laugh, but he's probably right. So, you just happened to conveniently be hiding in an alley to jump out on me then? Something like that, yeah. A moment passes, and Alcar restlessly shifts from one foot to the other. He doesn't seem incredibly satisfied with my answer about questioning the twins, but I can't really do much more to convince him. Excuse me. Nor do I care to right now. Yeah, I've got a general waiting for me. You're hot and really, really pretty to look at. There was tension though in the last. There was tension in the last session of this, and I need that back. Okay. So, where are you heading now? Do you live nearby? He narrows his eyes at me, clearly contemplating if he wants to divulge such information. Why? Just curious. I'd like to keep my eye on you. I'd like to get to know you. I guess we could just flirt with everyone. We did flirt with the hot girl. No. I would like to do all the runs and flirt with everyone. I think for this one, I'm just gonna stay. I'm gonna stay. But wait, the tension was so good with both of them. Because we flirted with August and we flirted with the woman. And the tension was so good. Like a slow burn. But it wasn't that slow. It was just a few seconds of that was drawn out. But am I into him? The answer to that is no. Nope. I'm just curious. Let's be friends, buddy. Let's be friends. I'm just curious.
We'll romance him another time. It's okay. I got y'all.
I'm just asking in an attempt at being friendly. You don't have to tell me.
That simple, huh? I live around in places.
Thank you for that descriptive description. God damn it, Alcar. I scoff a laugh, earning a raised brow and a flick of his ears. Very specific.
I'm a specific guy.
See, IRL, I couldn't date someone like him, but him and I would be BFFs. Because we would, yes, okay, I like him. He glances up at the sky, muttering something under his breath before he sets his gaze upon me once again.
It's getting dark, and there's a cold drink with my name on it at the Wolf. As much as I'd love to stay standing in the middle of the street talking to Lunaris' new favorite person, I'd better dash.
I'm Lunaris' favorite person? Well, newest favorite person? I'll take it. I'm sorry, I'll take it. Butt shot. Here, I'll help you. Look at that little smirk. Yeah, I got y'all. Like, you enjoy this without me. Yeah. Look at that. Oh, these are so pretty. This artwork. Oh, it's so pretty. You're welcome. I'm back. He turns as if he's about to leave, but he pauses, pointing at the Ayabek. The building looms over the town, and it appears even more unsettling now I know who resides there.
Stay away from them. You might think you're safe because they're human, but words can do just as much harm as knives or claws in this town.
I don't think they're human. I really don't think they're human. I get the horrible feeling that he's right. That maybe I should have pushed harder with them. I should be asking him about the murders too. But Harry told me to trust my instincts. And right now something is pulling me towards that graveyard. Not towards this scrappy, sarcastic wolf. I'll be careful. See to it that you are, Hunter. The town might fucking implode if it has to deal with much more. He makes a dismissive noise, scowling at me, but he's unable to mask his obvious worry for my well-being. He's a sarcastic sweetheart. I love. Oh, shit! After I didn't flirt with you. God damn it! Flirt with everyone. Just do it. Reaper advice in dating sims. Just flirt with everyone. Not that I care. Anyway, I'll see you around. He offers me a half-arsed wave, paired with a decidedly mischievous grin, and then Alcar slinks back into the alley from whence he came. The graveyard looks so beautiful and... I read ahead. The graveyard looks so different at night. Beautiful, even. Fog twists and curls around my ankles as I walk. Glimmering specks of vivid blue light sparkling in its haze. Thankfully, the darkness is a little more forgiving than this evening, and something seems to be guiding me along and leading me right to the place where the murder happened. I'm hoping that I might be able to get a clearer idea of what transpired here. Excuse me. That goes for a longer sentence, Reaps. I'm hoping that I might be able to get a clearer idea of what transpired here that night, now that I know who he was, or what he was. We're a hunter. General's also a hunter. The hot woman is a hunter. Whoever is attacking is going after hunters. So, why I came to a graveyard? Oh wait, no. And they like kill someone every 7 days. So I think we're on the 6th day. So tomorrow is when someone's gonna die. So I guess I'm still safe. I follow the path and see a dark figure crouching before a neat line of gravestones. There's no danger here. Not that I can feel. But I approach with caution anyway. As I draw nearer, I recognize him. It's Finn. I'm no fool, and I know he senses me here. But he doesn't flinch, keeping his gaze fixed on the dark forest that surrounds us. Give him space. No warm welcome this time? I'm gonna give him some space. He looks like he's focusing on something. Unless they're a hunter themselves. Dun dun dun! I'm so sorry, Miss Plum. I should have flirted. I failed you.
Slipper, come back.
I failed you. I'm so sorry. Let's give him some space. I stand in silence and observe him, noticing the defeated set of his broad shoulders. He already seems different here to the man I encountered the other night in Ezra's shop. Finn's not the demon. He's Ezra's boyfriend. More stoic. He takes a deep breath, one I know he doesn't need, and he turns slowly.
Hunter, what brings you here on this fine evening?
He's definitely a vampire. God, they're so hot. Shit. Half of me playing this game is just me going, they're hot, and fangirling over them. Oh, man. Hanging out in graveyards is just part of the job. He rolls his eyes playfully.
I relate to the people here a lot more than I do anyone else.
I laugh and he joins me, his expression softening a little. For someone who requires no sleep, he looks tired. Do you really spend your free time hanging around graveyards like the vampires in all of the storybooks? He gestures at the tombstones, shrugging.
Well, yes, of course. How else would I chat with my friends?
He stares at me quite intently, his smirk fading. The dull golden glow of his eyes is strangely comforting in the darkness, and they glisten as he cocks his head. I gather he's trying to suss me out. Sus!
You know, I actually find it quite soothing out here. It's so peaceful, and humans can be so very loud. It's nice.
Especially little humans. School humans. They're extremely loud. I adore them, but they're extremely loud sometimes.
He pauses, looking up at the stars, and he smiles again. I look around us. The trees are swaying softly in the breeze, crickets chirping in the tall grass. Not another living soul apart from myself and... Well, he may not be living, but he's here. You're right. There is something peaceful about it. Curiosity shines in his gaze, and he's apparently impressed by my answer. How are you coping with all this? Must be overwhelming, starting fresh in a strange place. I will not even try to match their voice actors because their voice actors are all so goddamn amazing. I will not even try. He pauses, his nose crinkling, pointed ears twitching. Especially one as strange as this. I grin, agreeing with him wholeheartedly. I'm slowly getting the hang of it, I think. You're doing just fine, Reaper.
Thank you. Sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need to hear that. Thank you.
So tell me, why are you really here at this hour? I really need to have a look around. I sensed something near where the body was found the night after I arrived. He pauses, looking as though he's trying to decide if he should say what he's thinking.
There's definitely a strange energy here. Stranger than usual, anyway. But I can help you, if you wish. I mean, if you wanted an immortal opinion.
I will take all opinions, thank you. How exactly can you help me? He huffs a quiet laugh and folds his heart. Can I talk tonight, please? What, does horniness mean I can't talk anymore? Okay, that's actually true. 'Cause whenever I try to flirt, I just trip over my words. Accurate. Okay, never mind. He huffs a quiet laugh and folds his arm across his chest.
Would an excellent sense of smell and the ability to see things your human eyes cannot be of use?
Yes, actually. I feign disinterest, a playful roll of my eyes as he waits for my response. I suppose I shouldn't dismiss any help, but how do I know that you're not the thing committing these horrible crimes? I've been told to trust no one more times than I can count. So tell me, Finn, why should I trust you? He offers me a wry smile, but sadness lingers in his gaze.
Freedom.
Freedom? He nods again, taking another deep, unnecessary breath.
I've been trying to become a better man since the day I died. My sire was a cruel man, a tyrant. Being around that for centuries does something to you.
Where's your sire now? He swallows thickly, rubbing the back of his neck. It's almost a nervous gesture, and the first time I've seen him do anything that looked remotely human or graceless. Dead. Killed by your lieutenant general. I owe Harry my life. He freed me from Levi's shackles. He pauses, head tilted towards the night sky, and he closes his eyes. A smile crosses his lips, something wicked.
I've done terrible things in my time, and I intend to pay penance for those for the rest of my days. Which, if you hadn't heard, is forever.
Fair enough. Partner's home.
There's so many things I long to ask him. He's seen so much, done so much. And I assume, lost so much.
So, to answer your question, I value doing the right thing above all else. Even if sometimes I tend to stumble a little. Metaphorically, of course.
Of course. I offer him a wry smile, watching him watch me. I'd appreciate the help. I think I'm good. I like to spend time with you. I'm so sorry we did not do it with Alcar, but I can't say no twice, especially now that I know what I know. I want one of these chocolate things. The only bad thing about doing dating sims where I have to read a lot is that like I can't eat and I can't like drink, so I get awesome snacks and I can't eat. Just a second. Because I don't like to talk with my mouth full. That's rude. I also like that they gave him chest hair. That was really good. I'd like to spend time with you, you know? You know? Oh, sorry. Cool. I'd be lying if I said that I'm not curious to get to know him a little better. Spending some time with you wouldn't be so terrible, I suppose. He looks taken aback by my statement, but he recovers in record time. A smirk that I've come to learn is quintessentially Finn, crossing his lips. A smirk that has my cheeks heating.
You suppose, hmm?
Tension. The tension, I love it. Ah!
I step closer? What?
I step closer, his gaze burning into mine, and I feel a shiver roll down my spine, the hairs on the back of my neck standing to attention. He notices. Are you cold? He's teasing me, so I decide to play along. It's so hard to read these lines when all I'm doing is smiling. Ah!
I'm so bold in game. Where's my boldness level? Damn. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Freezing.
Damn it. God fucking damn it, Dave.
He makes a quiet little noise, one I think I could become quite fond of hearing.
Unfortunately, I can't warm you up. I am quite dead, you know.
Don't tease me then.
I raise my brow at him, unable to stop the smile that spreads across my lips. Really? I didn't notice. The fangs and deathly pale skin are ever so subtle. He pokes the point of one of his fangs with the tip of his tongue before he speaks. I find myself watching the movement quite intently.
Damn. I don't think I've ever been called subtle before.
Touché. Well, there's a first time for everything. He narrows his gaze, apparently contemplating his next sentence quite carefully.
You're different, aren't you? I like different.
Thought him and Ezra were in a relationship. What? No. I don't know what's going on. I clear my throat, snapping myself out of this little daze I appear to have lulled myself into. We should... He smiles, wider this time. He's handsome, bathed in the moonlight, even more so than in the artificial light of the shop. It's distracting. He's apparently quite distracted himself, and he clears his throat before he speaks. Yes, we should. I brush past him, a little closer than necessary, and another shiver overtakes me as I feel his cool skin against my own. I head for the crime scene, hyper aware of him following close behind, knowing his gaze is burning into me. We stop at the charred patch of grass, Finn bending to pick up one of the bloodied shards of the shattered gravestone. He brings it to his nose and glances at me before he gives it a sniff. He's apparently quite repulsed by whatever scent he's picked up, and he hands me the stone, wiping his hands off on his trousers.
I suggest you keep that. That's not something I've experienced before, and I've smelled a lot of different things in my time. It seems off. If it's from a creature, it's certainly not one I've come across in my 600 years.
You can learn a lot in 600 years. Chat. You can learn a lot in 600 years. That's all I'm saying. I throw him an accusatory glance before I turn my attention back to what he's handed me. I put it in my pocket for safekeeping. You can't pick up anything at all, so that means it isn't the victim's blood. He shakes his head. Definitely not his. Well, here goes nothing. I do exactly as I did last time, closing my eyes and concentrating, pouring all of my energy into seeking out that lingering memory. It's just as I remember. Painful, loud, and I almost can't bear it as a deep, scared voice echoes in my mind. Leave while you still can. I feel a force pushing at me, but it's weak and nothing I can't handle, so I fight it and hold my ground. It's not hostile, but panicked. It's trying to tell me to go, to get out, to run. That just makes me want to stay all the more. I hear Finn saying my name, but it's distant, almost as if I'm underwater. I want to help. Tell me how. Who did this to you? No help, just death. You can't stop them. I tried. I failed. The voice quickly disappears, and all I'm left with are more questions. I open my eyes to find Finn crouched before me, his eyes wide, concern etched on his handsome face.
Are you okay? What was that? I wasn't listening, I swear it, but I couldn't block it out. He was just so loud.
I exhale sharply, shaking my head and taking his hand as he offers it to help me stand. I fall against him and he catches me with fluid grace. It was the hunter. It must have been. What did you hear? He pauses, frowning and tightening his grip on me. Nothing coherent, just noise, but it was intense. That's never happened before. What do you mean? I mean, I feel things. I hear things sometimes too, but I've never directly spoken to a spirit like that before. At least that's what I think it was. I should go and find August. Yes! Yes, we should! We should go find August. He seems reluctant to let me go, a stitch in his brow as he looks at me. Are you sure you're okay? I nod, regretting it immediately as a wave of dizziness overtakes me.
I've got you. Damn. You need to go and seek out Ezra. He can help you. Trust me. He's good with weird shit like this.
I contemplate heading back to see August, but I suspect they wouldn't appreciate me disturbing them at this hour with little more than a ghost story. You're right. I'll head for his shop immediately. Finn nods, still watching me and holding me close. Head straight there. Promise me? I place my hands on his chest, and Finn holds my arms as I try to steady myself. I will. Thank you, Finn. I chase his touch as we break apart, his cool fingertips feeling so soothing against my skin. If you need me, don't hesitate to come and find me. Ezra can tell you how to get to me. I swallow thickly, nodding and trying to shake myself free of this haze. I will. I swear it. He turns and heads for the forest, casting a final lingering glance at me over his shoulder before he disappears into the darkness. Now I need to find Ezra, and fast. So we're just kind of running through the characters and, like, I guess getting the first flirts with them. I don't know when I'll get to, get to choose, like, hey, you can go see August or you can go see Ezra, or if I'll even get that. I don't know how this is gonna go. If vampire's bad, why are fanged immortals so hot? And I bet he's incredibly good at... Self-centered. I bet he's incredibly good at beef. I hurry to the shop, still unsteady on my feet, and my mind is reeling. What the hell is going on in this town? I round the corner and see that the lantern outside the shop is dark. I didn't realize how late it had gotten, and I can only hope that he's home. I knock on the door and hear a loud crash, followed by quick footsteps. He's the half-demon! The door creaks open slowly, and a face that definitely isn't Ezra's appears. I'm taken aback by the sight of Omen, his eyes wide as he stares at me. Are you supposed to be in there, Omen? He blinks, and a moment later he smiles, full of sheepish remorse. That answers my question, though it's difficult to even work up any annoyance if he's actually trespassing. Is he influencing me with his powers, or is his human face just that cute? Everyone has fangs. I'm just realizing that everyone has flippin' fangs. I want more caramel. Yes, I'm maybe kind of living here now. Oh, really? I just want to eat good snacks. Alec, we're gonna simp. You're gonna simp. Shit, I need to get to August so you can see them. Do you trust me? This is the question. Do you trust me? That's what I need to know. Do you trust me? Tulix, hello! Good evening! He smiles shyly, his ears twitching, and he looks away for a moment. Is Ezra here? He shakes his head, opening the door a little more.
No, he went out. He said he wouldn't be long, but I don't know when he'll be back.
I thought you weren't supposed to go out at night. Why is Ezra going out? His eyes widen a little more as if he's remembered something. Sorry, would you like to come in? I contemplate rushing off to continue my search for Ezra, but I would be stupid to miss a chance to find out a little more about this curious demon. I'd love to, but just for a moment. I want to get to August. There's a neat little pile of cushions arranged on the rug in the middle of the shop, and a handful of empty wrappers that I can only assume were once filled with treats. Omen rushes to pick them up and scrunches them into a ball as if he's trying to get rid of the evidence. His tail sways mindlessly as he sticks them in a small bin hidden behind the counter. He seems oddly at home here, so I assume he's telling the truth about staying here often. You look exhausted. Have you been busy today? I laugh quietly, rubbing my temple, my head continuing to thrum. I can read. Very busy, yes. He nods, picking up a lightly glowing blue crystal that sits on one of the displays. He fiddles with it nervously. Can I ask you a few questions? I suppose, yes. I might not be able to answer much, though. Why? He grimaces.
I try to stay out of things around here. The humans don't like me very much.
Because you're a demon? His mouth twists into something that looks like it's trying and very much failing to be a smile. Something like that. I suppose that's fair. It's not every day you see a demon like him walking down the street, even these days. He's well glamoured, but he's still quite obviously inhuman. In a town like this, especially one so small, I imagine he's quite an unnerving presence. And that isn't even taking into consideration what the murders and unanswered mysteries might have done to the townsfolk's nerves. So I'll be honest, I started with a voice, had narration, and now I'm just like, I just want the story. So I apologize from the beginning of the last stream to the beginning of this stream to right now that my voice has completely changed because I just kind of want to read to get to the next part. So apologies to people watching in the future, but I am invested in this story and I want to know what happens. Ask about the murders. Ask him about himself. What's up, Omen? Talk to me. I don't know much about you. Where are you from? And how long have you been here in Lunaris? His eyes widen, his pupils dilating, and I see the slightest hint of crimson flickering in chestnut brown.
I've been here about 2 years. Time passes differently here for me, so it's hard to know for sure. You'd have to ask Ezra. He'd know.
I don't miss the way he so tactfully ignored my question about his origins, but I decided not to press him if he's giving me something. Yet. How did you meet Ezra? He lights up at that question.
I met him the day I arrived in Lunaris. He was the first person I saw, and he took me in without question when I was in need of shelter.
Ezra's big. I love Ezra too. Ezra is very kind, isn't he? He nods enthusiastically. He's quite wonderful. Everyone thinks so. Well? He fidgets, dropping his gaze to his hands, fingers toying with the blue crystal again. The General, August. They don't like him very much, and that makes Ezra sad. Do you know why? He shakes his head, biting his lip. No, I didn't want to ask, but Finn says they've known each other for a very long time.
Ezra has been very, very kind to me. I don't want to pry, not about things that might hurt to say or to hear.
I'm trying to think why. Because the General comes to get, like, caffeine stuff from him. I nod slowly. It's hard to argue with that, I suppose. Ask about the murders. Do you know much about the recent murders? Omen passively looks out the window, a sad look crossing his face.
I know that the humans are upset, and that the ones who were killed were hunters. Ezra is tired all the time, and Finn visits him less. Alcar is distant.
You know a lot of people. He sighs, a knot forming between his brows.
Everything is so different lately. I don't like it.
Excuse me. His eyes light up as he turns to look at me.
But now you're here. A solution. A fresh start.
Aww. Eventually, Omen shrugs. The wind changes, perhaps towards shore this time? And he smiles at me, full of optimism and faith. His trust is almost sweet, but I can't in good conscience lie to him. I hope so, Omen.
but it might take me a little while. Right, yes, I understand that. He fidgets where he stands, his eyes flickering to the curtain that hides Ezra's living area. Can I show you something? Of course you can. One moment. He dashes through the curtain that separates the front of the shop with the back, reappearing within seconds, clutching a weathered notebook. Here, I keep notes on things I find interesting. Mostly humans, but also Finn, Alcar, Ezra. He trails off, looking wistful.
I thought maybe this could help you. If you need to know stuff about certain people, I might have something here.
Want to tell me who's single and who's not, buddy? You wanna help me out? That would be great. That's what I need. Can I borrow it? Is there anything about me? Omen. Is there anything about me? You said you write about things that you find interesting?
That's right. Anything that intrigues me, I guess. Sometimes things I don't understand, so I can ask someone later. Human things, mostly.
I smile, enamored. He's so wonderfully curious. It's a nice break from the doom and gloom that the others I've spoken to have been emanating. Is there anything about me in there? He stutters, holding the book a little tighter. Oh, maybe? I raise an eyebrow at him, and he shyly drops his gaze.
Yes. Yes, there is.
What's in there? What do you got, Betty? What do you got, buddy? Baby, what do you got in there about me? My smile grows exponentially, and Omen smiles in return. The color in his cheeks is almost matching his shirt. What did you write about me? His tail sways back and forth enthusiastically, curling around his leg.
You're really putting me on the spot, huh?
All you gotta do is read from the book. As long as it's nice, I don't mind. I offer him a wink.
Oh, it's very nice. Trust me.
I sigh dramatically, watching him watch me. I have a feeling there will be more notes in his book this evening. What kind of notes, Hunter? What kind of notes? Well, I guess I'll have to trust you if you're not going to show me. Never say never, Reaper. I feel a sudden twang of pain in my temple again. The sensation is unpleasant, and it burns. Reaper, are you okay? Omen rushes to my side, the notebook forgotten upon the counter. He reaches for me, but he's hesitant. I can feel an impossible warmth radiating off his palm, but he withdraws his hand before he touches me. I'm fine, I really need to find Ezra. Do you have any idea where he could be?
I don't know for sure, but he usually goes to the market or the tavern. Maybe even the catacombs.
The catacombs?
He nods, leaning closer.
Yes, that's where the vampires are.
Why would you go to the... He presses his fingers to his lips, a human gesture that looks out of place, like he's been practicing it.
I would try the tavern first, though. He did mention he needed a drink. He likes to drink a lot of wine after a busy day.
Thank you so much, Omen. I'd better hurry. I bid him a quick farewell and head back out into the darkness. I guess I feel safe going outside because I know no one's gonna die tonight. It's tomorrow night that someone will die. I push my way into the tavern, scanning every table for that shock of white hair, and much to my relief, I see the friendly face I'm looking for. He's noticed me already, his hand raised as he beckons me over to where he sits alone in a cozy spot in the corner. His smile is as bright and as wide as I remember, and I take a seat opposite him.
It's good to see you. I hope the town hasn't scared you off yet.
I love his voice. I raise an accusatory eyebrow at him, earning a laugh. Well, even if I was scared off, I can't really go anywhere, can I? Ezra smiles softly, but he seems restless. I suppose not, no.
What's that like? Being bound to do whatever you're told. By your duty.
Probably sucks. Probably lonely. I could flirt with you guys all I want, but if they tell me to go to another town, I gotta leave y'all and go flirt with other people. Which sounds great, but if I really like one of you, August, I don't want to start again. I'd say it's lonely.
I contemplate his question for a moment, wondering exactly how honest I should be. Well, it is quite lonely, especially when you're torn from your previous post and dropped into a weird town full of strangers. And murders. Don't forget those. He winks, a sparkle in his eyes. And murders, yes.
I'm sorry you have to endure that. Loneliness is a terrible thing, but you shall be lonely no more. We've got you now. We're here for you.
I've been here for like 2 days, and Ezra's like, if anyone hurts her, I will kill everyone in this room and then myself. I'm the puppy in the meme this time.
He sits a little straighter, determined. We? He rolls his eyes playfully with a hand placed over his heart.
You wound me. Yes, we. Myself and Finn and Piper and, well, maybe even August, if you're lucky.
I'm trying to get lucky, Ezra. Trying, buddy.
Piper's the hot woman. I laugh as Ezra grimaces at that thought.
You have people here. Some might be undead or just plain stubborn, but you have us.
I love this character so much.
Thank you, Ezra. That means a lot. He shrugs it off, running his fingers around the rim of his wine glass.
We've all been lonely at some point. Some of us will always be lonely, even surrounded by people. But if there's the smallest chance that you can quell that with some good company, then you should take it.
Are you offering to be my good company? Are you offering, sweetie? He looks up at me, and I wonder how such a human exists. He's kind, impossibly so, and I find it very hard to believe it could ever be an act. So, you have friends here, Reaper.
Trying to get comfy. Me. Yes.
The barmaid comes over and rolls her eyes, hand on her hip as she addresses me rather curtly. Drink. I'll have what he's having. I'll take a whiskey. Ale, please. Just water will do.
I'll have what he's having.
I gesture at Ezra's half-empty wine glass, the dark liquid looking more than appealing. I'll have the same, please. She turns and wanders off with yet another roll of her eyes, and Ezra poorly stifles a laugh. Don't take it personally. That's Edna. She's notoriously, short. I grimace as she returns my glass of wine. I nod politely. Excuse me, and as she. Thank you, Edna. Edna grunts, turning on her heel and throwing me a dismissive wave over her shoulder. Case in point. The wine tastes rich, and I eagerly savor the first sip. Oh, now I want to drink. Maybe I'll get myself something nice tomorrow. Maybe I'll drink tomorrow night. Are you okay? You seem tense. I was actually looking for you. I need to tell you something, but I need you to promise me you won't think I'm crazy.
You're talking to someone who lives in Lunaris. Try me.
Fair enough. I take a deep breath and edge closer, checking no one else is listening. I visited the graveyard after I left your shop yesterday to see the crime scene. I tried to get a feel for what happened there that night. Ezra leans in, his eyes wide. And? I didn't really get much other than an overwhelming sense of loss, which is, well, quite normal considering the circumstances. People tend to feel such emotions when they're dying. But tonight I went back. Finn was there too, and I felt something different. Different how, exactly? I huff a laugh, knowing how ridiculous this sounds. I heard him. The hunter, the one who died. He spoke to me. Ezra's gaze darts around the tavern, and he sits back in his chair, running a hand through his hair. He wipes the look of shock off his face quickly, putting himself to rights. His voice is low when he speaks next, barely a whisper. You're sure it was him? I nod. Positive. He told me to leave and that there's no hope in helping. Ezra leans forward again, pushing his wine glass aside, placing his hand upon the table. His fingers are visibly twitching. What does this mean? Take his hand. We've learned from Alcar. We flirt! I mirror his movement and place my hand upon the table, beside his, shamelessly needing comfort and contact. Ezra doesn't hesitate to take it in his own, his skin warm and soft as he squeezes it tightly. It's going to be okay. We'll figure this out together. I exhale sharply, feeling like I've been holding my breath ever since I left that graveyard. Thank you, Ezra. I don't know what I'd do without you, and I've only known you for a few days.
It's okay. I'm used to taking care of people. It's my thing, I suppose. Besides, you're delightful. It's not like it's a chore.
Add to my list of things that I should compliment people. You're delightful. Why was that so nice? I don't think anyone's ever told me I was delightful before. I loved that. You're delightful. That's a thing now. Delightful. You're delightful. You're a delight. Oh, I love it. He softens his expression and starts drawing gentle, soothing circles on the back of my hand with his thumb. His cheeks darken slightly, and everything about him is impossibly enchanting. I'm probably gonna romance. I don't know, because Piper. God, they're all. I don't have a list. I just wanna. Can I just start a harem? Can I just start a harem? That's all I want. I'm glad you're okay, Reaper. I'm here for you. Always. I'm more grateful than you'll ever know for that. Another squeeze in my hand and we part reluctantly. Please enjoy without me. Look at those eyes. Look at those eyes! Fuck! Oh, sometimes I just need to look at the screen without me. You're welcome. So, what now? He curls his fingers around the stem of his glass and sighs deeply.
I don't even know how to unpack this, but I do know that you need to rest. How's your head feeling?
He's got... I've just noticed his freckles. He has so many freckles. I love him. I sigh, pushing my wine aside. Still hurting. Ezra fishes around in the pouch that's attached to his belt, retrieving a small vial full of what looks like a strange herb or flower. Here, crush this into some boiling water and it should help with the headache. It's just some feverfew and butterbur. Completely natural, I promise. I take the vial and tuck it safely in my pocket. Do you have a pharmacy in there? He laughs softly, shaking his head. What kind of witch would I be if I didn't carry around a cure for a migraine? I should head back to the shop. I left Omen unattended with the kitchen cupboard unlocked. He'll eat me at a house and home. I did check there before I came here. He'd gotten into the sweets. Shit. And that's definitely my cue to leave.
Whatever you experience today will still have happened tomorrow. I know what you hunters are like. No matter how scary August is, your report can wait until tomorrow.
I smile up at him as he stands to leave. I promise. I'm drained. I need my bed more than ever right now. Plus, I need to decide how to put all this into words. This has changed everything for me, hasn't it? Yes, I'm afraid it did. It just... He sighs deeply, resting a hand upon my shoulder.
Be mindful of who you share this information with, okay? There are eyes and ears everywhere.
I literally trust the 6 of you, and that's it. Good night, Reaper. Good night, Ezra. I stare out the window and I spot the first snowflakes falling from a stardust sky. Winter has arrived in Lunaris. Oh. My headache is persistent as I lay in bed, but nothing can possibly stop me from falling asleep after the day I've had. I finish the tea that I made with the flowers Ezra gave me, hoping that it begins to take effect. I close my eyes, but just before I drift off, a distant whisper. My name was James. The sound in this game is amazing, by the way. I open my eyes to the incessant sound of fists banging on my door. My head is still pounding, a fuzzy haze settling over me as I drag myself from the relative comfort of my bed and attempt to ignore the ache that has made itself at home behind my eyeballs. I blink once, twice, and... shit. It's dark? Surely I slept for more than a few hours.
You better hope you're dead in a bloody ditch somewhere.
I slept all fucking day! And August is coming for me! Alec was like, I want to see who August is, and I've just pissed off August. Fuck. But that voice, though. Oh, that voice. So we like Ezra, I see. Oh, yeah, Two Legs, I'm so sorry. I have to put in the game name, like, separately, and I completely forgot. Apologies, my friend. Sounds like a fun Friday night you're offering there, Ezra, but all at once? Fuck. Hunter babe, if you don't open this door in the next 5 seconds, then you'll have to pay for a new one. I don't know why I went gung-ho on his voice. I don't know why. I love them. Excuse me, their voice. They're non-binary, their voice. I grimace, thinking that I might actually be the preferred option. I grimace, thinking that might actually be the preferred option right now. Did I really sleep for a whole day? Well, at least my death will be at the hands of something other than a ghastly creature, I suppose. Small victories. I look out the window and it's most definitely past sundown. Lunaris is covered in snow, a pristine blanket of perfect white glistening in the moonlight. There are more people in the street than I've seen the whole time I've been in Lunaris, and they're hanging brightly colored bunting from between the crooked little houses.
I have things to do. Important things. I can hear you in there, you know.
Can I be things? Can I be things? Please.
The thought of opening the door and seeing August ready to tear my head off is less than appealing, especially when I probably look like I've been dragged through a fey nest and left for dead. I gather my wits and shout as cheerily as I can muster. I'll be down in 5 minutes! I hear a series of incoherent mumbles from the other side of the door, followed by a clack of heels as they walk away without much of a fight. I get the feeling I'm in a lot of trouble. Wonderful. The Wolf is full to the brim with red-faced patrons, all wearing far fancier outfits than the usual uninteresting garments they tend to sport. I also see August scowling in the corner, but I almost don't recognize them out of their uniform. They spot me, and I can almost feel my blood freezing as that ice-cold gaze fixes upon me.
We thought you were missing. I almost had a search party sent out for you.
I just want to stroke you. I just want to... Oof! 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 Baby! Oh! Oh, my heart. Oh, okay. Alec, was I right or was I right? Was I right or was I right? Oh, man. Okay, sorry. Continuing. They're like, hey, you want to say something to them? Flirt! Sorry I overslept. You look good. You looked good in uniform. You look good in other clothes. How do you look just, you know, with nothing? That's also an option. Bedroom. She don't miss, folks. Hey! Wait, I didn't print the screen on that one. Yes, I don't miss. Ugh. I know. Yeah, you guys also just heard my computer like screen capture. My bad. You look good. Oh, you look good, sweetie. Are you guys? Oh, please let the friction be there, please. Oh, the tension. Oh, please let it be as good as I remember, please. I catch myself staring as August impatiently taps their foot, clearly waiting for an apology. They look different, more relaxed, and far more approachable. It certainly doesn't help my growing infatuation with them. You look different. Amazing, actually. I'm so bold! And I love it! Can I always be this bold? Their foot stills, a dark brow raising what I'm hoping is interest.
I do,
The voices, just, oh god. I smile, biting my lip to prevent it from growing as wide as I'd like it to. This is why I'm a streamer, so I can do the biggest smile whenever this stuff happens. Yes, you do. You have impeccable taste, General. I lost his voice. I was like into it, and then I fangirled. Thank you, Reaper. It's hard to find a decent tailor in these parts, so They halt their words, narrowing their gaze, apparently suddenly suspicious of my curiosity.
Flattery will get you nowhere. And certainly not on a day where you've shown yourself up so horribly.
Look, I don't even care about work right now. That was like actual sincere flattery. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to do it on purpose. They raised their hand, silencing me. I don't want to hear it. If you had attended this morning's meetings, you would know that there's quite an important event happening this evening. We don't have much time thanks to your tardiness, so please bear with me while I explain.
We are in the middle of a crisis, yes, but the Lunar Festival is unavoidable. Harry thinks that if we postpone or cancel it, the town will erupt into chaos.
They need stability more than ever right now, and the last thing we need is more panic.
Lunar festival?
A festival, while there are horrible murders being committed. Trust me, I know. It's abhorrent, to be quite honest. It's a yearly tradition that's been around for centuries, one that Harry holds dear. He's been distant lately.
We need our leader back. And if this helps, then I'm willing to play along. And I expect you to do the same. No questions asked, understand?
Do I get a reward if I'm good? I'm so horny right now. Why? It's because it's my birthday weekend. That's why. Show hold, they say. Sweetie, you would never be kicked out. We in the same boat. We live in the gutter, remember? Gutter.
I hardly agree, and I have more than enough on my mind that I need to figure out. But the look August is giving me tells me I have little to no choice. I ponder their question for a little longer than necessary for a dramatic effect, feeling them growing impatient.
Side note, I like the player character in this. I like our character because they are sassy, they are sarcastic, like, it's great. Like, we're not amazing. Well, okay, we are amazing because it's us. But, like, we're funny. And I enjoy that.
Absolutely anything you need. And I do mean anything. They relax at that, their pretty eyes bright as they stare me down. Good.
And between you and me, I personally think it's a complete and utter waste of time and resources. Especially in the middle of such a crisis.
They sigh heavily, shrugging as if they've already admitted defeat. Alas, it's important to Harry that we stick with said tradition and show the people of Lunaris that everything is exactly as it should be. So just forget about the horrible murders and my sworn duty to protect and serve the people for a night, then. Yes, you've got it. And I don't have a choice? Do you ever?
Point taken.
A rather loud cheer rings from the doorway, and August grimaces, running a hand over their face.
The festival itself takes place in the market. Please represent us well, Hunter. All eyes will be on you. And this is the perfect opportunity for you to introduce yourself to the town.
Look, I've already introduced myself to all the hot people, so, like, I'm done. That's it. I'm good. GG, we win.
Then they look me up and down, apparently unsatisfied with my presentation. You'll want to change it to something a little more interesting, and I suggest you find someone to escort you. It would look a little odd having you wander around by yourself. We have to show solidarity.
Can you escort me? The first choice of the game. The first choice of the like the legitimate first choice of the game. Okay, GG. We're romancing August. For the record, Piper's the really hot girl that hopefully we'll see so that you can also see them too. We're staying with August. Part of me wants to go find Ezra, but nah. Staying with August.
Can I not just stay with you? Surely you're the best person to show me around. They sigh heavily, contemplating my suggestion with narrowed eyes. That sounds reasonable, I suppose.
Get him!
August retrieves a rather extravagant fur coat from the hook near the doorway and turns on their heel to raise a brow at me.
Am I gonna get changed or not, bruh? My baby don't miss! Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, he was so good. Blue is his color. Or blue is their color. Excuse me. Blue is their color.
I must stop by the office for something first. Get changed and wait for me outside. Yes, General. I take a deep breath before heading back up to my room to find something that August may possibly deem interesting. Do I get to choose my outfit? No. Well, that sucks. When I've changed into something a little less comfortable, I brave the chill and head for the enforcement headquarters. I stand and wait outside as instructed, but considering August didn't seem to have much time for me to explain my lateness, they're taking their sweet time inside. Non-bindo! We had... Oh, I was using like Patanaru? Patonaru. But for some reason, I like non-bindo. I don't know. I need a non-binary. I need a non-binary husbando waifu name. I'm just torn between Partanaru and non-bindo. Okay, sorry. Continuing on. My bad. Nah, here we go. The cold is biting, snow still falling around me. A light dusting settling in my hair and upon my shoulders. I sigh, teeth chattering as I lean back against cold stone, rubbing my palms together in an effort to generate even the slightest bit of warmth. The town looks enchanting beneath the lush blanket of white, and the distant sound of music and laughter makes me feel strangely at home. I wait a little more, withstanding the cold and boredom as long as I can. August doesn't seem to be appearing anytime soon, so I decide to head inside. The winding corridors are quiet and dark, and an eerie blue light catches my eye as I turn the corner to find August's office. There's an unnerving buzz, a low electric hum. A dull glow radiates from the walls that surround their door, as well as the door itself, and there's a formation of strange, messy lines vining across the plasterboard and wood. I can hear August moving around inside the office, and my momentary panic that they're in trouble subsides. I sense no danger here, just power. This is not helping me. Non-bido. Non-bido. See, now I gotta like write down that. How to say it? Non-bido. Non-bido. I love it. I'm in. So my baby powerful. We love it. Magic. Wait for them outside. Seek them out. No. You see that heart? You see that fucking heart? We click the fucking heart. We always click the fucking heart. Date mate. That's also a good one. Shit, y'all are so good at this. Okay, sorry. Seek them out. Because I'm horny. What? It's speaking to me in the faintest of whispers, and I find myself transfixed. I reach out with little thought and push the door open. The sight I'm met with is nothing short of incredible. The walls are glowing brightly luminous veins of magic. Wait, excuse me. That's a break. The walls are glowing brightly, luminous veins of magic pulsing with life, coating every possible surface, and August sits at their desk, toying with the ends of their silvering hair. They appear to be lost in quiet thought until the click of the door closing behind me startles them. They stand quickly, a look of both shock and slight embarrassment on their face.
What are you doing here? I asked you to wait.
I waited and then I couldn't wait anymore.
They open their mouth to protest further, but they pause and watch me as I take in my surroundings. I've never seen anything like this. I walk over to the roaring fireplace, reaching out to run my fingers over the elegant patterns that surround the mirror that sits pride of place above the fire. I feel a delicate shock sparking through my fingertips as I make contact, but I don't pull away. Instead, I trace the swirls and the curves, closing my eyes and drowning in the feeling that flows through me. I feel alive, impossibly connected to something or someone. August draws nearer to me, a bright flush painting their cheeks and the tip of their ears, even sweeping across the top of their chest. They pause again, taking a deep, shuddering breath as I continue to follow the path of the magic. They close their eyes for a brief moment, and when they open them again, they appear more relaxed. They join me in looking at the patterns, their brow furrowed.
I spend so much time here pouring everything I have into my work. Thanks to that, my magic, it's been a little unstable lately.
They clear their throat, swaying as I remove my hand from the wall. They avert their gaze shyly. It's not dangerous. I just don't know how to make it stop. Then don't. They look up at me with wide eyes, a small smile crossing their lips. That simple.
I find it so shameful that I cannot control it.
My fingers twitch at my side, and I feel a desperate urge to reach out and touch the bleeding magic again, as if I'm being compelled. There's no shame in being powerful. You should embrace it. It's just another part of who you are. Their eyes shine, a stunning mixture of vivid blue and swirling violet.
Part of who I am. Huh. No one has said that to me in a very long time.
Your magic is beautiful and unique, just like you. Their stare doesn't waver, and for the first time in their presence, I feel a certain sense of calm rolling off them in generous waves. They take a deep breath and brush their hands over the front of their perfectly unwrinkled shirt. Thank you. I don't really know what to say. We'd better get going. I wait for them to grab their coat, and as I follow them out of the door, I turn to check on the magic one last time. It grows brighter for the briefest of moments, flickering and snuffing out like a dying star as August steps outside.
So the first time we had like a moment with him in their office, first time we had a moment with them in their office, it was very like sexual tension. This was just beautiful, mysterious, like I'm a sucker. I am an absolute sucker for like people in stories, because I read a lot of fantasy stories, stories that are like, oh, like I can't control my powers, it's embarrassing, I should be able to, because I'm like, I should be a really good wizard or a witch or like whatever, like I'm such and such thing, so I should be able to control it. And I'm a sucker for when characters in stories are like you don't have to, just shows how strong you are, it's just a part of you. Like, I'm a sucker for lines like that. That was so good. I'm so glad we chose August. I'm so glad we chose August. Oh! I'm so happy. Oh my god. Okay, continuing on.
The market looks incredible. It's alive with color and full of smiling faces and laughter, and it's warm despite the bitter cold. I feel my worries and apprehension washing away, even if only for a moment. If I'm going to be forced to do this, I might as well enjoy it. August stays close to me, though apparently they're still quite unsatisfied that they have to be here.
Ugh, isn't this awful? Everyone is so happy going about their evening as if our people aren't being slaughtered.
I mean, he's got a point.
They've got a point. I was doing so flipping well.
Get it together, Reaper. I quirk my brow at them, stifling a smile. So, General, tell me, what would you be doing right now if there was no investigation, no festival? What does a night off look like to Enforcer Willenheim? They don't hesitate to respond, staring dreamily into the distance.
I'd be curled up at home in front of my fire, reading a good book and nursing a glass of the finest wine. The perfect evening.
They get it. They get it.
They stare at me with narrowed eyes, suddenly suspicious. Why? Want a snack?
The game is like, you made it through the prologue. Here you go. Flirt, 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 flirt. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna eat my chocolate now, thank you.
Just wondering, I want to know what you like. I want to know what you're like. I'm just interested to know what vices you have, if any.
Vices?
The blush. The blush looks so good on them.
I don't appreciate being called out in my chat right now. Reaper's typed to a T. I do not appreciate being called out in my chat.
I have plenty of those, most of which would be none of your business.
Yet. None of my business. Yet.
I laugh at the almost sultry tone of their voice, desperately wanting to press them further.
Press the conversation, press them against a wall. Either or. Cool with me. Game, let's go.
Come on, General, indulge me. Tell me just one? August bites their bottom lip, their eyes darting around, checking who surrounds us before they step closer. The sweet scent of lavender fills my nostrils as they lean close, their long lashes dipped and their lips parted. My breath catches in my throat.
Not in a million years, Hunter.
I have died. I have died. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Oh, baby. Oh. Oh.
They pull away, entirely too pleased with themselves as they turn on their heel and stride deeper into the market.
I love a person who's confident. sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, no, I'm not. I'm not sorry. This is great. They pause, though, and they throw me a look over their shoulder. It's something mischievous that leaves me feeling like I might not be able to move. What are you waiting for? Come on, let us find a drink. Heavens knows I need one. Wait, Alec, you don't know. Give me a second. I want to triple check. Sorry, I'm looking up something. Okay. Alec, because you're into like anime stuff, do you know Beast Stars? If you know Beast Stars, you know Legoshi. Legoshi, like the main character Legoshi. He is voiced by Jonah Scott. Jonah Scott also voices August. And I love Jonah Scott so. So that, yeah. He knows, Jonah Scott knows what he's doing. Okay, I'm back. I follow them dutifully, taking in the sights and sounds, the rich smells. There are stands selling decadent pastries and chocolates, and others selling potions and trinkets. I see a few familiar faces, but one stands out above all the rest. I knew it'd be Ezra! His jacket's so cute! Gus, Reaper, how wonderful to see you enjoying the festival. I see August tense, their shoulders tight as they stop dead in their tracks at the sound of his musical voice. Ezra, how are you? August remains tense, their words curt, and any ounce of calm that had settled over them has swiftly turned to ash. Yes, good. You? I'm wonderful. It's good to see you. You look better. I think back to the first time I saw these two together in Ezra's shop. August looked awful, tired and drawn, basically on the precipice of passing out. They avert their gaze from his earnest emerald eyes. Yes, I feel better. Thank you. It's clipped, but it's something. Why do they not like each other? Wait, well, why does August not like Ez? Ezra offers me a sorry look and holds the goods he has cradled in his arms a little tighter. He looks at August with such unashamed fondness that it almost hurts. It looks like he's almost longing for approval or something. Did they have a thing? Were they a thing before? August doesn't give it to him, of course. They're far more interested in anything else other than meeting the witch's bright gaze. I decide to make an attempt to sweeten the sour mood. Did you buy anything interesting, Ezra? Oh, nothing too exciting. They reduced the cost of goods during the festival, so I'm just stocking up on some things that I'm short of. August is clearly uninterested in attempting to initiate any further conversation, and the silence that hangs between us is uncomfortable. Well, I'd better go and find Finnegan and the others. He's off showing Omen and Alcar around, and that particular combination tends to be dangerous. Wish me luck, and I'll see you around. Bye, Ezra. Good luck. August takes a deep breath, watching the witch disappear into the crowds. They visibly relax once he's out of sight. Sweetie, you want to tell me what's going on? That'd be great. Leave it. I'm asking. I want to ask. Happy birthday, Reaper. Here's a non-Bido into books, a soldier archetype, and domineering as a treat.
Please excuse me as I screen capture again. Thank you. Because the flipping accuracy. But it's only in games. It's honestly only in games. I kind of hate people like this IRL. It's only in games. I know him from Skate, where he plays an incredibly good himbo. I haven't seen Skate yet. I'm so excited to watch Skate. Ron, what is up? Good evening. Okay, so it's 9 o'clock, which is when I was gonna end my stream, but I don't wanna, and I don't wear makeups to work on Saturdays anymore. So, what if we went just a little bit longer, just the tiniest, slightest bit longer? Is that okay? Is that okay? Because I kind of want to keep flirting with this person. Because I think it's working. I want to ask. This might shoot me in the foot, but I want to ask. This tension between them baffles me, and I'm more than a little curious to find out what caused it. I can't possibly fathom Ezra doing something to warrant obvious anger. All I've seen of him so far is that he's impossibly kind. I don't mean to pry, but what happened between you and Ezra? August purses their lips and narrows their eyes. That is prying, though, isn't it? What happened between Ezra and I is in the past, but guilt still lingers. On my part, anyway. Okay, so you don't hate him, you just feel guilty. But of what? He seems to care for you a great deal. August looks off into the distance, fiddling with the sleeve of his coat. Of their coat. Swear to flipping God, I get it half the time. It's pissing me off. August looks off into the distance, fiddling with the sleeve of their coat. Get your shit together, Reaper.
He's always been a foolish boy, but caring for me after the way I treated him is by far his most idiotic choice. We've known each other for a long time, and I have my regrets.
I think I'm connecting them with Jonah Scott now, who is male, who identifies as male. I think that's messing with my head. It's not an excuse. I need to get their pronouns right. There is no but. I need to get their pronouns right. With a heavy sigh, they roll their shoulders, standing tall once more. Regardless, that's not something to be fixed at this moment. Shall we move along? Even if I wanted to press it further, August turns and continues in their search for the drink stall, giving me little choice but to follow. Yeah, right? We gotta finish this scene. A smidge longer. Yeah, exactly. Good morning. Good evening from Japan. Good morning to you. Their expressions brightens exponentially as they spot a little wooden stall at the very edge of the market, the rich scent of cinnamon and cloves lingering in the air. The merchant smiles, eagerly waving us over. General Willenheim, a pleasure as always. Who's your friend? This is Hunter Babe, who hasn't yet had the chance to enjoy your wonderful wine. They turn to me, their eyes bright. Clearly, wine is the way to their hearts. Would you like some? Yes, please. Yes, please. I'd love to. August's smile widens, and they turn to offer the bald man their coin. Enjoy the fireworks. We bid him farewell, and August eagerly hands me the steaming cup, a slice of orange and a stick of cinnamon decorating the rim.
Now we can finally enjoy this wretched festival.
He's like, I got my drink. They're like, I got my drink. I'm good. Let's go. I bring the cup to my lips and take a sip. The liquid instantly warms my insides, the rich taste of it lingering upon my tongue. It's delicious. Thank you, August. You're quite welcome. We cradle our cups, the warmth thawing our frozen fingers as we continue to wander through the market. The festival is in full swing by now. A band plays near the docks, people dancing and singing, and a rather large crowd begins to gather near where I assume the fireworks display will take place. I spot Ezra trying and apparently failing to teach Finn the simplest of dance steps. He seems to be gaining some sore toes in the process, and I've never seen a vampire be so inelegant.
There's definitely a thing between those two. There's definitely a thing.
Omen and Alcar sit on a bench at the edge of the beach, sharing a bag of what looks like chocolate. Alcar shields it with his cloak and offers a firm scowl each time Ezra glances over to check on them. I smile, finding myself warming to the strange little town and its odd inhabitants, more and more by the day. The people aren't bothered by their presence? I nod towards Ezra and his company. Sometimes. Finnegan is harmless until he's not, but he's been a valuable ally to us, and Harry respects him deeply. He offered assistance with some particularly nasty cases back in the day, specifically with the elimination of Leviathan Casimir. I know that name. I should imagine you do. He wreaked havoc across both Aclea and Escria for centuries. And Finn was in his clan? Finn was his. Levi sired him. I let my gaze wander to the vampire, wondering how someone with such a nefarious sire could have turned out like him. I like to believe that he's changed, that he merely went along with Levi to survive. He's given me no reason to doubt him, at least. I look at Alcar, remembering how the townsfolk responded to him in the tavern. And what of the Lycan? I think it's Lycan? And what of the Lycan? They were quite hostile towards him at the Wolf the first time I met him. We've got our eye on him, but he behaves when he's around Ezra. People feel more at ease when they see them together, I think. Plus, Piper keeps him in check. I nod, watching the gentle way Alcar interacts with Omen. Is Piper here? I told her she had to be, so I would hope so. She's on duty acting as guard. No night off for her, then? Piper doesn't do nights off, or days off, for that matter. She has her flaws, but her work ethic is admirable. By some weird coincidence, I see her heading towards us. She waves at me with a smile, but it fades when she sees who I'm with.
Oi, oi. What do we have here?
And this is the hot woman. Welcome to this game, guys. Welcome.
August sighs, their eyes practically rolling out of their skull.
Aren't you supposed to be working, Piper? Not disturbing us?
Oh, us now, is it? Are we not a team, August? August mutters something under their breath that sounds a lot like a curse. Busy night? Any trouble? She manages to tear her death glare away from August, reluctantly. It's boring. It's boring is what it is. You couldn't have allocated one of your juniors to man the festival, General.
And why would I do that when I know it annoys you so much?
Plus, there are juniors here, as you know. I did place you in charge of this event. Is that not satisfactory? Now it's Piper rolling her eyes, a condescending smile crossing her lips. To add insult to injury, she places her clenched fist to her chest in a salute I haven't seen since training school.
Oh, thank you, Major General. I couldn't be more honored.
She laughs as she relaxes the salute. I love her little snort. That's so cute. She laughs as she relaxes the salute, an undignified snort that I can't help but smile at. I can practically feel the annoyance rolling off of August, but they somehow keep their cool. Very clever, Merriman. I hear our names being called, and a familiar and unmissable figure emerges from the crowd.
Shit.
At the sound of his voice, Piper grimaces. Well, as much as I'd love to stick around and listen to you and Harry kiss each other's arses. See you around, Reaper. She clenches her jaw, offering August a goodbye through gritted teeth. Enforcer. A mere moment later, Harry takes her place.
How wonderful to see you enjoying the festival.
Please don't be a thing. Please don't be a thing. I want them. Don't be a thing because I want them.
Ah, I see you've been convinced to try that awful drink that Augustus seems to like so much. You're far braver than I.
I think it's tasted good. I don't think we've said anything bad about it. He offers me a wink, his eyes sparkling. How are you, Harry? August looks at him with obvious fondness, but there's concern in their gaze.
Glad to have a night to feel normal again, however fleeting that might be. I trust you're having a good evening together.
Yes. I am. Yes. I can flirt right in front of oh my god, yes.
I am, thank you. It's hard not to with August. I see more people in the chat. Let's say hello. You're turning into a rebel reaper, staying up way beyond your bedtime. I know, but the people are so hot.
Piper, oh. Lycan, sweet, thank you. Lycan. Same Team Omen, oh my god. Okay, everyone right now in the chat, what team are you? Team Omen, Team Ezra, Team Elkhart, Team August, Team Piper, what do we got? Who am I missing? I'm missing someone. Team Finn, Team Finn. It's hard not to with August.
My gaze darts to August, a warmth blooming in my chest as they smile at me.
They smiled at me. Oh god. It's the little things. The little stuff.
I have the best company, so it's hard not to enjoy myself. Harry notices our exchanged glances, and I see his smile widen exponentially.
People ship it. Harry ships it.
I couldn't agree more. Augustus is quite special.
Okay, but please be saying that as, like, you know, his homeboys, like, trying to hype him up to, like, hype them up to ask me on a date. Don't be doing that like I'm interested in them too. Come on, Harry. Don't do this to me, man. Don't do this, Harry. August rolls their eyes, but their cheeks turn a brilliant red.
Stop teasing me.
But it's so much fun. I can assure you I'm not teasing. I mean it wholeheartedly.
Stop being so stubborn and accept some praise for once.
August stares at me, and it almost feels like Harry isn't here. Like it's just the two of us. Yes! Okay. I'll try.
Anyway, sorry for the flying visit, but I'd better get going. I have a speech to give. You two take care now, okay? I'll see you in the morning.
Yes, bye-bye. Thank you, Harry. Leave. Harry's smile twists into something more playful, and he gives me a pointed look.
Shit,
I will be awake tomorrow. I will not sleep in like I did to... Apologies, my bad. Never, sorry. I trust you'll be actually joining us this time, Reaper. I apologize. It won't happen again. I have a good explanation, though. One that I look forward to discussing with you both. We'll see about that. Harry scoffs, amused by August's attitude.
I'm sure you do. Now farewell both. Enjoy the fireworks.
So these fireworks are apparently quite prolific. August's face twists into an unamused expression. I imagine you'll be thoroughly disappointed, unless he's wrangled some of the witches to enhance the show, that is. Actually, we'd better go and find a spot. So pretty. They did so good with this art. We find a seat near the edge of the crowded beach, and the area falls deathly silent as Harry makes his speech. He talks of perseverance, of community, and without directly mentioning the horrible things this town has had to endure, he inspires hope. I look at August, but their expression is unreadable as they stare out at the blackened ocean. I can't help but wonder what they're thinking. Watch the fireworks. Watch August. Yay, fireworks. Drop dead gorgeous person beside me. Like, game. We're fucking watching August. The fireworks begin, an incredible display of vibrant colors lighting up against a sprawling canvas of shimmering stars. I smile as I hear the excited giggling of children and adults alike. But while those around us might be distracted by the vivid sparks, I find myself watching something else. Something far more beautiful. I turn to look at August, watching colors flash across their angular face, lighting up in the most perfect way. I smile brightly as they turn to meet my gaze, and I feel a pull. Strange energy seems to thrum between us. It's called chemistry, baby. They smile at me in return, and everything else fades away. No fireworks could ever be quite as breathtaking as August. Not even close. The air grows thick with smoke as the impressive display comes to a quick end, and loud applause breaks out amongst the crowd. I find myself unconsciously shifting closer to August. I see their fingers twitching where they rest between us, our gaze still locked as I move my own hand closer to reach out. Then, somewhere in the distance rings out a terrible and gut-wrenching scream. Wasn't tonight supposed to be the night that someone dies? That's it. I was having a moment, and you had to kill someone. See, this ain't gonna work. Come on. Fight whoever messed up my moment. Wait. You guys want once again, please enjoy. Oh, what? Wait, what? Oh! Any dialogue options labeled fight in this chapter will lead to scenes containing violence and gore. Player discretion is advised. So heads up. I don't know which ones I'll choose. Like, I guess we'll see. But just a heads up, if I do click fight, we could have some gore. The cold winter wind whips against my skin as I run as fast as I can, sinking deeper into the ominous woodland that surrounds Lunaris. I'm just never going to sleep tonight, guys. We're just not doing it. I'm hot on Piper's heels, and she's determined and hyper-focused, as am I. Everything that's happened on the beach is out of my mind as someone is, There's nothing like the hunt. The way my instincts drive every feeling, my senses sharpened to a knife's edge. My every thought is fixated on winning, and only winning. I can think of nothing else but finding the source of the distress, a terrible sense of dread swirling deep in my gut. The woods are teeming with every hunter and enforcer Lunaris has to offer, each and every one of us silently hoping that this isn't what we think it is. That this isn't the fifth victim that we've all been expecting. Another of our comrades targeted and slain so brutally, and without an apparent motive. Killed simply for doing their job, protecting humankind. My feet pound the frost-crisp grass, tall trees with gnarled branches that curl inward like talons, almost naked from winter's grasp looming high above us. I spot eyes glowing in the darkness, but I quickly realize that they're carved messily into the rickety tree trunks. They glow ominously, and as another gust of wind blows, I swear I see them blink. That's so cool. I make a mental note to remind myself to return to investigate, though I'm sure they're nothing new. Not in a town like this. I glanced at the chat. Murder blocked. Got flippin' murder blocked. Piper skids to a stop, her fingers diligently hovering just above the handle of each of her daggers that sit safely in the holster at her back. Enjoy. Team Piper, there you go. Team Piper. Again, she could step on me and I'd say, "Thank you, ma'am." Did you hear that? A quiet but obvious whisper echoes amongst the trees. A pained groan from something unquestionably inhuman from a pained groan from something unquestionably inhuman from a creature. I did. Her fingers twitch, so do mine. Eyes narrowed, every sense razor sharp and zoned in on that singular point.
It feels young and inexperienced. It's beneath our skill level. Beneath us.
She says it with such a confidence, but her guard is still firmly up. The duo of wide-eyed hunter sergeants that have been ordered to tail us arrive at our side, their cheeks rosy from the harsh bite of the wind. Major? Piper opens her mouth to respond, but she pauses, looking to me.
You're the highest rank here, General. Do we move on and let these two handle it? Or do you fancy working out some tension?
These mofos ruined my night. Fight? We gonna fight. Nah. You guys ruined my night. We're gonna fight. But wait, oh crap. If we fight, will we lose the scent? Like, will we lose the person ahead of us? Crap, I don't know. I want to see how much gore there is. So I'm actually going to fight. Let's work out some tension. I could always do with working out a little tension.
That's what I was hoping you'd say. I haven't had a good fight in what feels like forever.
I do have a bit of tension in this one area, ma'am. Run! I'm so glad everyone feels comfortable in my community to say stuff like this. I love it. I turn to address the sergeants. Continue heading for the rendezvous point. If you encounter General Willenheim, tell them we're on our way. They nod a little too eagerly and run onward. The hairs on the back of my neck rise the second they're out of sight. My body is gearing up for a fight, adrenaline coursing generously through my veins. I close my eyes and clear my mind. I can hear the steady, assured thrum of Piper's heartbeat, the quiet rustle of the grass, the leaves rustling in the trees. Then, I feel it. A vampire. A youngling. Her aura is frantic and skittish. She's only just awoken. She's hungry and scared. She's trying to hide. I smile. We're out quite far. I always used to find younglings in this area. She can likely sense that there's a clan here. She's either seeking guidance or an easy meal. It's too dangerous to let her live. She's unstable. Then we kill her. Do we I don't like that I was like, hey, let's kill her. I don't like that. I don't like that I was like, she's too dangerous to be left alive. The youngling finally emerges from the tree line. Her vivid crimson irises surrounded by a blackened sclera? I can't, the word, no. I learned that in science class and I forgot how to pronounce it, so. Her eyes flicker wildly as she lumbers towards us, unfocused and impossibly unsteady on her feet. This should be easy. She's clearly deprived of blood. Dark vining veins surround her wild eyes and creep down her pale cheeks. She wears no shoes, her feet black with mud, and her clothing is torn and saturated with blood, most of it likely her own. Her death was obviously not a merciful one. She's quite clearly been left to navigate her rebirth by herself, and this never ends well. Ends in the slaughter of innocent lives. Her lips curl menacingly to reveal sharp fangs that she's clearly still getting used to, and she lunges at us without hesitation. Oh, sorry. I scrolled. Let's dodge, block, counterattack. Dodge. I propel myself forward, getting out of the way just before her unforgiving talons find flesh. She growls, and Piper's wicked laughter echoes around the clearing, drowning her out. She emerges from the darkness before I'd even noticed her absence, and she jabs the vampire in the nose with her elbow with such a force that it leaves the youngling stunned. I see an opportunity and take it, kicking the youngling's legs from under her and sending her tumbling to the forest floor. Piper quickly seats herself upon the vampire's back, pinning her and holding her arms. She looks at me with a certain ferocity burning in her gaze, our twin instincts sizzling, itching for a kill. With a curled lip and teeth bared, Piper tips her chin.
Put her out of her misery.
I don't want to. The youngling thrashes and screams as I forcefully grab her hair, yanking her head back to get a look at her. She's barely 20. The bite marks on her neck still healing. A fresh turn then, and one that wasn't done with care. I stare deep into her eyes, seeing not even the barest trace of humanity looking back at me. She's blind with hunger, her newfound instincts ravaging her from the inside out. Where's Finn when you need him? She's gone. She thrashes again, and Piper tightens her grip. We work in tandem to remove her head clean from her body. It's the only way, however violent it may be. I feel warmth spray against my skin, the unmistakable stench of copper permeating the air. The visceral sound of tearing flesh and breaking bones fills the clearing. Then she turns to nothingness beneath us. An unrecognizable pile of blood and viscera. Yet another life stolen and twisted into something evil. Well, that was fun. I brush the dirt from my knees and take a deep breath, watching Piper clean off her bloody daggers on the grass. Okay, that wasn't bad. It was just like the descriptions of it. Okay, cool, GG. We should really get going. She turns to face me, and I spot that her face is covered in a dark splattering of crimson. We haven't flirted with Piper today. I'll flirt with Piper this once because August isn't here, and then we're going back to August. Let me get that for you. I take a tentative step forward, and her eyes quickly flicker to my face. You have a little something... I do. I nod, stepping closer again, unable to stifle the smile that threatens to curl at my lips as she stares me down. Right here. I touch the tip of her nose, then each of her cheeks. May I? She arches a brow at me. Her eyes are sparkling wickedly. You may. She tilts her head and waits expectantly, a hand resting upon her cocked hip. I reach out and brush my thumb over the apple of her full freckled cheeks, wiping away the still wet blood. It smears, so I press a little harder, grimacing as I make even more of a mess on her face. She huffs a quiet laugh. I can tell she was attempting to swallow. She huffs a quiet laugh I can tell she was attempting to swallow as she grabs my wrists and reels me in.
Come on, put your back into it.
Ma'am! We're definitely romancing Piper next. I'm gonna play this game so many times. I laugh as Piper uses a sleeve of my coat to roughly wipe her face clean, leaving her cheeks a delightful rosy red. How do I look? I inspect the damage to my sleeve with a sigh as I register the bloodstains. Certainly not the worst mess I've been in. positively ravishing, as always. Arse. I clear my throat, enchanted by the way her eyes crinkle at the corners when she laughs. I mean it, Piper, even covered in blood. I know you mean it.
We'd better get going. August will be having an absolute bitch fit.
Piper tilts her head to the side, a loud crack as her bones click back into their rightful place. Let's dash. You're welcome. Again. Piper, Team Piper, I got you. I got y'all. It's easy to tell what we're dealing with as we draw near to the scene. Dozens of hunters and enforcers of varying ranks saturate the small clearing. The majority of them still dressed in their festival attire, much like Piper and I. We spot a retrieval team emerging from the tree line. Their faces are pale and drawn. It's then that I know. They didn't make it.
You're here.
They look strangely relieved to see me. The way we had to part on the beach was less than satisfactory. Especially after... You know what's funny is that it wasn't like we were doing anything too bad. Like, you know, like getting it on. Like, we were just about to hold hands. Please think about that. We were just about to hold hands. Whatever that was that transpired between us. I try not to think about it. It's not the place or time, but the fond way that they gazed at me tells me they longed to reach out and touch me. To make sure I'm real, that I'm alive. Oh my god, my heart! I feel it too. We ran into some trouble on the way, but we took care of it. I gather that's why you were so late. It's fine. Obviously, such things cannot be prevented.
It's not good news, as I'm sure you can tell.
Yeah. My heart sinks. I knew, but hearing it out loud is still unpleasant. Do we have an identity? They shake their head, brushing the front of their fur coat that I'm sure they're less than happy about wearing in such a situation.
We cannot identify the...
Their voice catches.
There is no body. Again, nothing but... well, I don't need to repeat such monstrous details. You've read the reports from the previous murders. Much of the same ghastliness.
Piper scoffs, her shoulders tensing, and I swear I can see tears in her eyes. She's hurting and angry. So angry that I can feel it. Goose flesh prickles across my skin thanks to our close proximity, and my own emotions waver with the sheer force of it. This is fucking ridiculous.
This cannot keep happening, August!
I flinch, feeling the surge of energy as August reacts. The smell of ozone is suddenly thick in the air. There's a flash in the darkness and violet sparks crackle about their clenched fists, their eyes alight. Their eyes did actually change.
Thank you, Piper, for your input. I didn't know this was upsetting. I assumed everyone was enjoying this.
Ouch. A dozen eyes turn to look at them, and they quickly calm themselves. August looks beyond exhausted, as always. Skin beneath their eyes is purple, their cheeks drawn. Piper opens her mouth to retaliate, but wisely decides against it. This actually might be the first time I've seen her look guilty. August averts their gaze, as if they can't bear to look at her. They're upset too.
I suggest you keep your thoughts to yourself in such a situation, unless you have any useful insight.
It's not a question.
Yes. Sorry, General.
Dang. I thought as much. We're all hurting, Piper. Not just you. August sighs deeply, sparing us both a woeful glance before they addressed the gathered forces.
Hunters, any mages present will patrol the immediate area. Generals will head further afield and begin an extensive perimeter search. I want no stone unturned here. Any juniors need to get the hell out of here. You're not equipped to even think about dealing with whatever this thing is. And I won't be responsible for your demise. Anyone else present is to report back to headquarters immediately. We'll need people on the ground in order to reassure the townsfolk. I don't want this causing widespread panic. It's damage control time.
There's a quiet, subdued mumble of "Yes, General," and they all dutifully begin to obey August's orders, disappearing in various directions. Would you like me to join the perimeter search? No, I'd like you to go home. Leave this to the others. We need you ready for anything that may transpire overnight. Of course. Piper fidgets, uneasy. What? You're a major, aren't you? If you are listening, you'll know what I asked of you. The tension between them is yet again immensely unpleasant. Of course, General. She should have expected such a response, and I wonder if she'll ever learn. Or maybe she's hoping to rile them up. I can't tell. She throws me a quick, pitiful glance before she glares at August and turns to join her comrades. Later. August massages their temples, inhaling sharply. I notice that their hands are trembling, and I unconsciously take a step towards them, fearful that they might pass out. They hold out their hand. I'm fine. Really. General. Oh, I see the boom duck boys. We bring Pringles? Prungle one. Oh god. Okay, I can get back into this. He held out his hand to us. Welcome guys, as I simp for this person right here. This gorgeous person right here.
I appreciate your concern, Hunter, really. Anything that ails me is my fault and mine alone.
Please, game, give me one more flirt. I need one more flirt with him. Them. Now please head back. I mean it when I said I needed you rested.
You'll be the first to hear if anything significant happens. I'll send a messenger to retrieve you when the victim has been identified.
Of course. Good night, and stay safe. If you think I'm staying out here in this for another second, you're sorely mistaken. I have a fountain of paperwork the size of Ibeck on my desk. Farewell, Reaper.
Do you want, help with that? I can sleep on the floor. You have a fireplace. I can stay warm. I'll grab my blanket from the inn and I'll just sleep on the floor. As you do paperwork, and if you get tired, you can come join me, or we can move to a bed maybe. After this, there's options here.
Many simp, much gorgeous.
Oh, you. They do be cute though. Oh yeah, sorry. I've been fucking up so much tonight. That is August, and they are non-binary, so they do they, them pronouns. I've been fucking up all night tonight, and I don't know why. It's pissing me off.
I take a final look at the scene where the Enforcer witches have cast their mage lights over a bloodied patch of grass, leaving them to their work no matter how much I long to investigate. After that outburst, it's best not to question my Enforcer's request, excuse me. I bow my head before I turn, eager to get out of here. As I head back through the woodland, I notice how eerily silent it is. A strange sense of calm washes over me. Then... A whisper. Harry. I stopped dead in my tracks, my hand hovering over my weapon. I see nothing, feel nothing, no matter how hard I concentrate. Then I realize that voice, the familiar yet subdued ache that begins to creep into my temple. James? You deserve to know. The pain ebbs and flows, my breathing growing unsteady, almost as if something weighs heavy upon my chest. The fleeting, comforting calm that had just settled over me is snatched away as his voice continues to echo in my mind. Know what? I'm sorry. A sharp, burning pain shoots up along my spine, and I fall to the ground. The snow-covered grass is wet beneath my fingertips. His words were cut off, and after a moment, I'm yet again surrounded by a blissful silence. Fucking ghosts! I drag myself to my feet, and now I only have one thing on my mind. One thing that I must do. Visit the Lieutenant General and find out what the hell is happening to me. Well, at least we got through a chapter. I feel like that's a good point. Find out like what the hell is happening with me, and then when we come back, we can find out what the hell is happening to me. So, we are saved. We're gonna go back to the main menu. I know why. You're looking forward to Sunday. I am looking forward to Sunday. Oh, go away. So we're saved. Yes, I saved it. So that went from 0 to 100 real flipping quick. Because it was like before, like, talk, one flirt. Then it was like, hey, you want to hang out with one of them? Have all the flirt options. I thought that was bats for a second. Many simp, much gorge. Dab. So let's just do a run through for those of you who just popped in, came in a little later, whatever. This is August, they, them. This is Piper, she, her. This is Finn, he, him, I believe. Alcor, he, him. Omen, he, him. And Ezra, he, him. So I believe these four are canonically male pronouns, female pronouns, and non-binary. And I love them all. August is definitely my number one. I think Ezra and Piper might actually be tied for my second place because I love Piper, but the more I see Ezra, I'm just like, oh, you're so amazing. So I think they'd be tied for second. People are gonna hate me. I think Finn would be third, and then Alcor and Omen would be tied for fourth. They're super sweet. They're just not my type, okay? Like, these three are my type. I can't, that's just what it is. It is what it is.